diamonds, see me like breath in the cold. 'Cause you are the only one I'll ever love. Yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. Hello, welcome back to Toronto. My name is Nathan. I know you guys want to get right into the video, but one quick thing before we start. If this video is helpful to you and it helps you learn the song, please hit that like button down below and hit that subscribe button if you want to get notified about new content just like this on Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Here we go. For this song, we're going to be using the main 4 pop chords in the key of D major, which will be the D, the G, the A, and the B minor. So starting off with the D major, we'll have an open D string, our pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the G, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and middle finger on the 2nd fret of the high E. Moving to the G, we're going to have our middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E, pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the A, open D and G strings, and then our pinky and our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B and the high E strings. Moving to the A chord, we're going to have an open A string, and then we're going to have our middle, our ring, and our pinky finger on the 2nd fret of the D, the G, and the B strings, and then an open high E. Last but not least is a B minor chord. This is a bar chord. It's a little bit tougher, but with a little practice you can get it. Your pointer finger is going to be fretting the 2nd fret on the A string and the 2nd fret on the high E string. Next, your ring and your pinky are going to be on the 4th fret of the D and the G strings, and your middle finger is going to be on the 3rd fret of the B. For the verse, we're going to be using 2 separate chord progressions. The first is going to go from your D major to your G, to your D again, and then to the A. The second chord progression is going to go from the B minor to the G, to the D, and then to the A. So within the verse, you're going to use the first chord progression 2 times through, then the second chord progression once, and then the first chord progression one more time at the end. So then within the context of the song, it'll sound like this. Dance with me under the diamonds, see me like breath in the cold, sleep with me here in the silence, come kiss me silver and gold. You say that I won't lose you, but you can't predict the future, so just hold on like you'll never let me go. Yeah, if you ever move on without me, I need to make sure that you know. And then you go straight into the chorus. And for the first verse, we're just going to be strumming once and letting the chord ring throughout the entire measure. Going into the first chorus, we're going to introduce a new strumming pattern that's going to sound like this. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. And we're going to be emphasizing the 1st, the 4th, and the 7th down strums. Within the context of the chords, the chorus is also going to be using 2 different chord progressions. The first is going to have 1 cycle of the strumming pattern on the D, to half a cycle on our G, and then the other half of the cycle back on the D. And we're going to be switching between the chords on the 4th down strum during the strumming pattern, so it'll sound like this. Down, 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 up. And then to our A for 2 cycles. So the first of the 2 chord progressions will sound like this. The second chord progression is going to start with 1 cycle on our B minor, then to half a cycle on the G, half a cycle on the D, just like we did before, and then finally ending with 2 cycles on the A. Now within the chorus, we're going to be doing 2 of the first chord progression, followed by 1 of the second chord progression, and ending with 1 of the first chord progression, which will sound like this. Yeah, you are the only one I'll ever love. Yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. Looking back on my life, you're the only good I've ever done. Yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. not anyone, and on the D, and then we're going straight into the second verse. The second verse is going to be exactly the same as verse 1, except we're going to introduce the strumming pattern from the chorus, but we're going to palm mute as we strum, which is going to sound a little like this. So within context of the verse, forever's not enough time to love you the way that I want. And you'll continue like that throughout the entire verse 2 before going back into the normal strumming for the second chorus. Moving into the interlude kind of bridge type of section, we're going to be playing the chord progression 1 from the verses. So it's going to be 1 cycle on the D, 1 cycle on the G, 1 cycle on the D, and then 1 cycle on the A, twice. So it'll sound like this. And then going into the final chorus, you're going to strum the first 3 chords and let them ring before going into the strumming pattern. So, yeah, you are the only one I'll ever love. And you're going to continue the normal strumming pattern throughout the rest of the chorus until the final line where you say, yeah, you. If it's not you, it's not anyone. And you're just going to strum and let ring all the chords for the final line. Now you should know how to play the entire song. So, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If it was helpful, please feel free to give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. You can subscribe down below to get notified about new content on Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And if you're interested for any of the filming or guitar gear that I'm using, I have links to all the products that I use down below. And if you do end up purchasing using those links, it helps give a little kickback to the channel and help support me. If you want to find my original music, it'll be playlist in that top right corner. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.